The Aquatic Biomes. Oh man, I know this one. I just reviewed it last night. What's a documentary I watched?
Freshwater covers nearly 20% of the earth. Almost 99% of freshwater in the world come from either ice or from underground aquifers. There are many species that are found in freshwater biomes, including many fish and many reptiles. In Texas, we have largemouth bass, crappie, many types of catfish, alligators, and various lizards. There are three main types of freshwater biomes: lakes, streams and rivers, and wetlands. Lakes are mostly stagnant water where the fish can't really move around a lot because there's nowhere to leave. Rivers and streams are either fast moving or slow moving, meaning the fish can reach many different areas and repopulate. Wetlands are completely stagnant where the creatures cannot get anywhere. Although freshwater biomes are very low in biodiversity, they are very important to humankind because they provide us with over 50% of our drinking water.
The marine biome is primarily made up of the saltwater oceans. It is the largest biome on planet Earth and covers around 70% of the Earth's surface. Some ecosystems that reside in the saltwater habitat includes oceans, coral reefs, and estuaries. The marine biome has the most biodiversity of all the biomes. Many of the animals, such as fish, have gills that allow them to breathe the water. Other animals are mammals that need to come to the surface to breathe, but spend much of their lives in the water. A few of the animals that live in the biome are sharks, swordfish, tuna, clownfish, stingray, flatfish, eels, rockfish, and gars.
The littoral zone is the closest zone to the bank and is the one that contains abundant amount of oxygen, sunlight, and nutrients. It also is the most shallow and is where the most photosynthesis occurs.
Limnetic zones are found in ponds, lakes, and oceans, and it's the zone of the water where the light hits, so photosynthesis occurs. And lots of phytoplankton live there. It's open water, and it's where most of the CO2 is absorbed. The profundal zone is the zone of the lakes and oceans and ponds where light doesn't reach anymore, and it houses a lot of bottom feeders, and they rely on organisms that have died and fallen to the ground from the limnetic zone, and it also houses a bunch of bacteria and fungi that grow off of the decomposing bodies.
There are other zones in the ocean. We have the bathyal zone, which is 200 to 2,000 meters below sea level and has a little bit of sunlight. The next zone is the abyssal zone, and it is located 4,000 to 6,000 meters below sea level, and it is perpetually in darkness. Therefore, no photosynthesis occurs. The last zone that we have is the benthic zone, and it is at the very bottom of the ocean. It contains many invertebrate organisms because of the lack of nutrients.
Although freshwater biomes are not very diverse, they provide more than half of the drinking water for the world, meaning they're probably the most important thing. I don't know what to say.
And lots of phytoplankton live there. Why did I mention that? There's not really anything else to say.
Go. The marine biome has the most biodiversity. Okay, I'm sorry.
Dang it, Jerry.
I'm just trying to say.
The profundal...
Stopped.
The littoral zone. The littoral zone is the closest one to the shore.
Closest what? Closest
Oh, okay. All right.
The closest one.
All right. I said, okay, ready? Ready? The littoral zone is the zone goes.
The zone?
He said the zone. The littoral zone is the closest zone.
Oh, I keep spinning.
This is gonna happen.
All right.
This
Can
accent.
we start fresh? Like I feel like pressure because you're like on the same one.
Hey, yeah, stop it.
And it's full of a lot of bottom feeders that rely on organisms that drop from the limnetic zone to the ground. And it also.
I'm gonna go.
Go.
The marine biome has the most biodiversity of all the biomes. Many of the animals, such as fish, have.
Next, we have the abysmal zone, and it is 4,000 to 6,000 meters below.
Go.
There are other zones found in the ocean. We have the Bathyal?
I don't know. Baffle?
Yo.
We have the Bathyal zone, which is located 200 to 2,000 meters below. Stop laughing! I'm below sea level and has a little bit of sunlight, which in that case, there's.
Travis fell.
He fell. What a loser.